Prince Samuel Josiah, hard in contemplation at the Prince's mansion, aka the Governor's mansion, in the state capital of Raleigh. This evening has had some. This entire month has been a bit of a, forgive the French, clusterfuck for Sam. It's been unusually quiet, and then all of a sudden, the Genghis Khan exhibit had artifacts stolen from it, as well as damaged. And this is an evening that we find Sam not particularly happy with how things have turned out. We open up the scene with Sam actually hard at work, his fingers moving across the keyboard at the large computer desk in one of the offices in the mansion. As the door creaks open, who should we find but Duke Biltmore, who has elected to accompany his father this evening, mainly to keep Sam from flying off the handle, and throwing furniture again.
Yeah, for shits and giggles, Lucas is going to appear with a riot shield.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're a little closer, Dad. The as David calls them, musketeers are getting a little closer to finding Harry.
Finally, good news.
Yeah. They think that he's at our friend, and he says it with a wry smile, John Taylor's. Uh, I think one of the original three musketeers wanted to come here and meet with you. Um, so he got up with me, and I gave him the info, so he should be here shortly. But anyway, I have already given everybody permission to go investigate at Mr. Taylor's dojo, shall we say. So we're just waiting on them to make it happen and see what's going on.
They need to make it happen soon.
Yeah.
We both know we're already lacking enough in our numbers as it is. We don't need people going missing.
Right. Jeremiah will stand up and walk to the door and crack it open just a little bit and look out. Ah, Mr. Saint. Come in, sir.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh.
Reaches to the side where you can't see, grabs the riot shield and comes in. Furniture? Any furniture?
Smart idea, but I think His Highness is a bit calmer tonight.
Okay, good. As he walks in holding it long enough for the prince to see, and then puts it aside. Hopefully to get a chuckle out of him.
You actually see, as Sam had looked up from his work, you do see a smirk fall over his lips.
You know, precaution sometimes necessary. And he kind of gives that left-right look.
Alright, the prince's office is, it's nothing like you wouldn't expect to see. The only difference here, it's oddly, there's just books everywhere. There's shelf after shelf after shelf of book lining the walls of his office. The only part that you don't see a bookshelf is directly behind the desk the computer's sitting on. And what you see there is essentially a bay window that has a heavy drape pulled down in front of it. But the rest of the room is just bookshelves everywhere.
Did you guys find the information that I sent you guys useful?
Quite. Um,
Sam looking up at Biltmore and then back to Mr. Saint. I'm afraid I hadn't had a moment to review it.
I sent you a package about what I found at the office. For Harry.
we had our worries about Mr. Taylor. Interesting what you found. Anything else? Any solid evidence?
When I handed it back over to you guys, I stepped back because, well, I'm not a member of the camera, so it's your guys' business, unless hired to make it my business.
At the mention of not being a Camarilla member, you hear Sam something under his breath that you swear sounded like that can be arranged.
1 second, hold on.
Oh. He's pulling something.
Yeah, I think I heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah, you heard it.
Well, that's actually kind of why I'm here. He walks over, takes a chair out, and sits in it, kind of blatantly. He doesn't put his feet up on the desk, but he pulls a second chair over and kicks his feet up.
Yep. Care for a drink while you're here?
Sure, why not?
Red or white?
Sorry?
Red or white?
Red, please. We are sophisticated gentlemen here, aren't we?
Sam stands up from the computer desk, and you see he reaches over to one of the bookshelves as he pulls a book out. You see the bookshelf itself slides away from him, as if it's been pushed in. As it does, it then slides slightly to the left, and you see Sam enters into another room. So you can still hear his voice as he enters into that room. So that's what you wish to discuss.
Test. Test.
I got you.
Yeah, we hear you. Oh.
Well, we
Maybe
did
not.
hear it. Canadian internet, ladies and gentlemen. Or internet in general.
Yeah.
Also, Walt, if you could be nice enough,
Yeah.
could you hop on Facebook and put out on the Tarheel chat that this other people can jump in this scene if they'd like to?
They can jump in anytime?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Test.
Gotcha. You're good.
Gotcha.
Okay. I froze.
I froze. New product from Apple. So you wish to discuss membership? Again,
I
you
actually
hear the
wish-
voice from that other room.
I actually wish to start a small group of Assamite members of the Camarilla. I understand that there's some issues with some attribute of my clan, so I figured maybe it's time for the Camarilla to have access to its own members.
At this, you see the prince returning from that room, a single fluted wine glass in his hand as he reaches behind him and pulls that same book and closes up the bookcase. As he hands it to you, ever so politely.
Takes it and raises it in a bit of a salute and takes a sip. After doing the whole,
Yeah.
That sophisticated.
Yes.
Sam returning to the chair behind his desk. He takes a seat. Interesting. Fortunately, I've not had. We have not had much. We've not had much problem with with those interviews you speak of. Though I'm not dumb enough to believe that we never will.
Lucas just nods.
So, what do you have in mind, details-wise?
Well, I was thinking of carving out a small little piece of land, not very big enough for a small settlement of us, and working on constructing a settlement.
Sam leans back into the chair as you hear it actually creak a little at the spring under it. I have to ask, have you had a moment to discuss your ideas with the independent representation on my council yet?
No, I haven't.
Very well. You may wish to take that step as well. Mr. Enzo Plutinesca, so you need to speak to on that one.
I believe I've met him. I believe we.
Trust me, if you have, you will never forget it.
Pretty sure there was an incident with some Pepsi.
I heard about that. Mr. Dannington,
Yeah, I think I
heard about that.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Levitoya said something about that a few nights ago. For some reason he thought it was the most hilarious thing he'd ever seen.
It was amazing.
But I digress. Yes, you'll want to speak with Mr. Putinesca before you make. Well, let me back up. I would recommend that you speak to Mr. Putinesca before you attempt to make any major inroads into the plan yet. As far as the office of the princedom, provided that your nose remains clean, and as do those of your parishioners, is a very bad word to use there. Settlers, I suppose we could call them, also maintain a clean bill of health. You most likely will have no qualms from this office.
Excellent. I shall chat with him about it.
Now, also, had you elected a site of yet?
No, I figured do some planning first, and then kind of take what's offered, rather than step on anybody's toes. Of course, it would not take the mountain.
You wouldn't get within 5 miles of the mountain, dear boy.
Yeah,
I don't know about getting within that range. It's getting out that'd be more the problem.
Yeah, that's a point.
True.
It still escapes me why they would elect to react so harshly The one that they refer to as Lights. I've never had trouble with her before, so I wonder what caused that. But anyway, moving along. As far as a location, Mr. Putineska, as I understand it, has a bit of I don't know if you could call it an alliance, more of a working relationship. I think is a better term for it. With Duke Dannington, who's Duke of the East Carolina District, maybe about a 2 hour drive from here. Um, I believe you met him as well. I believe he was the purveyor of the Pepsi incident. Very large man, Gangrel. You may wish to speak with him at some length about your plan as well.
Take a couple notes on his phone.
Oh, and that being said, we also do have a council meeting that's coming up soon, and I do hope our resident Harper has had time to put that out. But in the event that he hasn't, we do have a council meeting that's coming up soon that you may want to be present for. There's some
I think I can arrange that.
interesting developments that may occur there. But also give you a good chance to judge your. It'll also give you a very good chance to feel the waters. I suppose is a good term for it.
Also, the question of certain individuals, possibly multiple titles, I hear might be settled finally.
It is on the docket. So that does not
May I
necessarily.
ask a clarifying question?
No, proceed.
Okay, I'm not as old as some individuals, so I might be mistaken in my thoughts here in this. He's a knight, right?
Sam seemed a little
His
confused
positions.
by what you mean too. And to whom do you refer, sir? Knight.
The harpy in question.
Oh yes. He's he's a knight as well as holding. As I understand it, he also holds. On occasion, he also fills in for. Walt, remind me, who is it that Josh is hand to?
David, who he's the
David,
knight to.
Yeah. He occasionally fills in from Mr. Menashe on the council meetings as well. But dude,
So
proceed.
he's he a whip, I suppose would be the appropriate term.
That's the more commonly accepted term. Yes.
Okay, what? I believe I understand that it's not so much the whip part that's that's in question. It's the knight side that's in question, correct? And
Well,
the knight and the knight and the harpy position.
it's both. I said, as you said, now this actually dates back to before I even took over in this chair. The prince who ruled before I was I don't want to say lacking, but undereducated in the position he was holding, and he put that in place to curb a bit of power grabbing. Personally, I think I think the whole thing is very asinine, and I also believe it's not doing anyone any good. But unfortunately, the way that the power of the prince works is that I am limited in what I can and cannot do without a council's backing vote. Removing such a ordinance as that is included in what I cannot do without the council.
Fair enough. But my understanding from listening to people is the key issues between the knight and the harpy. Not so much the whip because it never came. I'd never heard it brought up. So it must be between the knighthood and the harpy. So my question is relatively simple. Granted, my knowledge of the camera is somewhat limited. Um, a proper title of knighthood was something that predated the camera. Am I
That is
remembering
correct.
correctly?
That is correct.
And not an official title that was ever actually adopted by the camera in any official term. And if it was used, it was it was a term of endearment or respect, not so much an official position.
Also
Mostly
correct
done by the venture.
as far as I know, you are correct. I know of no historical precedent for it ever having been done.
So then, what's the issue? If knight was never a official camera title, technically to only a local areas only, then it is not an official title and should theoretically not incur a multiple title problem.
You would believe so. Unfortunately, there are those of my superiors that would beg to differ. A and I'm not sure if you have not sure if you've met with Inquisitor Fairholm yet or not. She seems to
I tend
beg to differ.
I have this personal rule about inquisitors and not being in the same state as one,
An
or
excellent
at least attempting to be not in the same state as one.
an excellent excellent choice of excellent choice. Unfortunately, my position doesn't allow me to do such a thing. Yeah, Miss Annabelle seems to it seems to be of the understanding that knighthood, as we refer to it here, it does constitute such a title, and far be it from me to generalize any one family over another, but the fact that she is of the clan of the Bruja means that she tends to get a little passionate about that belief.
Uh, at least you didn't use the T word. I'd be more apt to openly disagree with her if you had used the not the Toreador. The Toreador are perfectly nice. The other T word.
Yeah, we've had some trouble with the wizards. Fortunately, I think I want to believe that they have calmed for now, but
He gives
it
you
is
that
what it
look
is.
like he kind of gives you that "Are you absolutely freaking insane?" look.
But at
Oh,
least
by
you
the
haven't
way,
aired your dirty laundry lately.
yes, actually, Miss Caraway actually has been conspicuously absent from meetings of late.
That concerns me.
As it does I.
Yes, that concerns me greatly. She suddenly disappears when I come into town. Or the state, whatever.
Gee, I wonder why.
Makes me wonder what she's up
Oh,
to.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Biltmore, our takeout should be here any minute now. Just a heads up.
At this, a random blood doll walks through the room and goes, "Ah, dinner is served," and proceeds to leave his neck out for everyone to chow down on.
Mr. Saint, you are welcome to partake if you would like. You are a guest in my I will not say home, but my office.
I'm happy with my beverage, and I found myself topped up before I came.
At that, the blood doll shrugs his shoulders and walks back out.
Oh no, where are you going? I didn't say I wasn't.
Turns back and proceeds to reoffer his neck again.
Sir, where did you say you got this one?
This one was
Was it a gift from Caraway?
no, she seems a bit more vague. She's the first Tremere I've ever seen that can manage to make a joke. She seems you typically send less refined cuisine. Sam calling his dinner over. He actually, rather than going for the neck, he takes you specifically by the wrist, rather.
Mm-hmm. As it takes by the wrist, for anyone who's watching, this blood doll is wearing a priest collar.
Of course. He, sorry, hang on. Jeremiah looks over and just doesn't bat an eye. He doesn't reach for the wrist at all. Just looks over.
Sam, after topping off, you see that he does produce a handkerchief from the pocket of the button down that he was wearing this evening. Sam actually was oddly enough did not have the jacket on this evening, nor did he have on a tie. Sam seems to have been more casual this evening. He produces that handkerchief and cleans the edges of his mouth and hands a similar handkerchief to the blood doll. He nods.
Mm-hmm. Blood doll presses the handkerchief to his wrist and proceeds to bow and walk out unless anybody else needs him.
No, Lucas does remains silent while the blood doll is in the room, though.
Okay, well, like I said, just bows and walks out, and we'll leave it at that.
You do know that if other Tremere that are a little more militant than Miss Caraway appears in the city, there might be a difficulty between me and them, right?
Yes, as I understand.
They hate me.
However, what I also understand is that I do not step in between clan politics. As long as my domain remains secure, it does not bother me. Clean up and keep your nose clean, and you have nothing to worry about.
Well, I figured I'd explain to you why they hate me so much.
Other than the family that you happen to call.
Oh yes, well beyond that. I've through the years I wrestled a particular secret from the ages.
Interesting.
A particular secret of how to counter their thaumaturgy.
Sam almost sounds like he took a breath.
And you see an eyebrow raise from Jeremiah.
That is not something that they easily release. So something tells me it wasn't by choice.
It wasn't by choice. And that has since blossomed into a more than just defensive capability. So they do not need to just target myself with the thaumaturgy anymore. I am now capable of countering any thaumaturgical power that affects anyone or anything in physical contact with myself.
Sam's eyes cut over to Biltmore. Biltmore long enough that Biltmore knows that he did it. Almost as if there's some kind of unsaid sentence between the two.
Interesting.
Mr. Singh, you may prove to be of more use than even I had initially believed.
Well, some princes have called me in on occasion for a rogue thaumaturge user.
As of yet, we had always Mr. Dennington had always kept us that role, but as much as I appreciate Mr. Dannington's work and trust in me when I believe, trust and believe when I say that I do, it does occasionally a more subtle touch can be applied.
Flash is good every now and then, but when things can get done quietly and without certain people's knowledge, tends to be a little bit better.
Indeed.
Well,
You said.
Jeremiah, you had not arranged any other guests for the evening, had you?
Say that again?
You had not arranged any additional guests for the evening, had you, Jeremiah?
Not in particular. I was hoping that a couple of the other musketeers, as David calls them, would be here, but
I
doesn't seem so.
wonder where that foul-faced man is. I'm sure he is.
Last I saw him, he was down in the sewers as usual.
Yeah.
Of course, knowing our luck, he could be right outside the door listening.
Very well.
For all we could know, he could be the prince here could be sitting on his lap. I hear some of them get that good.
Yeah. As a phone in the office rings, as you see, Sam leans over to pick it up. SJ Holdings Incorporated.
Nice try, my prince, but I already know it's you.
It's been a minute. Stand by.
Hmm?
See, the prince, he leans up and he hits a button on the phone. And he sets the handset back into the cradle. So how was life treating you?
Afterlife, actually. This is an old acquaintance of yours. I was only popping in because something occurred to me that I hadn't actually said my goodbyes to you, so I thought it was appropriate to finally well, you know what I mean, and make sure you were doing okay.
How are we, Merlin?
Oh, not too bad, Arthur. How is Camelot holding up?
She could be better. At least now Uther's in charge.
Fair point. Is that the new anti-thaumaturge I hear kind of cackling in the faintly breathing in the background there?
Yes, he's Mr. Lucas Saint. Just joined the domain here in the last about month, is it, Mr. Saint?
Give or take, a little more than that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just wanted to say I've been kind of watching in from the background because I'm taking a break from another project. Knock 'em dead, and if you do manage to and Miss Caraway gets out of line, please stop down on her thaumaturgy for me. I've got some unfinished business to deal with the bitch. But anyway, the reason I'm calling, my prince, is I know that a little birdie told me that you were feeling a little bit perturbed after my unfortunate demise. I wanted to say it wasn't your fault. I kind of planned things the way they had to go. it was the only way I could fail that the domain could be saved, and it kind of worked. So hopefully everything works out all round.
See, I would agree with you were it not for the fact that they've started getting jumpy again.
At this point, he holds the bridge of his nose. You know, I've been meaning to actually go and talk to them anyway about one of the aspects of something that's come up. Would you like to reincorporate my services again to go talk to them, or do you want to use one of your own to be able to handle this?
Under the circumstances, I feel it would probably be better if one of the and you see those of you in the room actually see him air quote this living.
All right. Well, all the best then with that, and I guess I'll sign off at this point. Again, sorry to bother, but just hey, don't just I kind of heard you were a little bit down on your path a little bit there. Like I said, a little birdie in the afterlife told me you were down on your path there, my prince. Please don't give up on the path. You were really close to achieving something great, and I think you still could if you keep pushing for it.
That Taniqua probably talked to him. Anyway.
Yeah, just don't be down on it for my sake, okay? Keep going to what, because I fully believe that you could have achieved Golconda and possibly even been able to do something incredible with the you've been able to do something great with the state. So don't lose hope there, eh?
All right, you got it.
Sorry, just.
I'm gonna assume that you're not doing the best in the world right this second on being able to stay in contact. So
yeah,
that means
I'm about to sign off.
Probably need to go ahead and go.
All right. Well, thanks again, my prince, and good to talk to you again, Arthur, and all the best. See you around.
See you, Merlin.
Bye bye.
The line all goes dead as Sam heard forefinger and thumb go into the bridge of his nose. Yeah, that's a voice I never thought I'd hear again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mr. Sam, you're probably a little confused here. An old friend of ours. I sort of contracted the gentleman because I felt he was the only one that could do it without causing a scene. Like I said, we had a bit of a problem with the fuzz with the fur balls on the mountain. I kind of contracted him to go up there and see what he could do about working out some kind of peace, and well, it didn't really end that well.
Interesting. I've never actually had any dealings with the furballs, as you call them.
Let's use it more as a term of endearment sometimes, though. Sometimes it's worth reaching out and just strangling one of them. But anyway, I digress. Really? The phone is going to annoy the hell out of me this evening. SA Holdings Incorporated.
Could you please transfer me to Mr. Josiah, please? Assuming I got the right number this time.
Speaking.
Hi, my prince. It's sorry, my liege. It's Harry Walsh calling from Tunisia at the moment.
Oh, long distance phone call it is. Give me just a second, bud. Same thing. He puts the speakerphone on speaker. Mr. Walsh, calling in from Tunisia, gentlemen.
Yeah, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I've been involved in some of the Engineering Without Borders projects over here, and the situation's kind of getting a little bit tenuous with some of the stuff. Anyway, just wanted to give you a heads up. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news lately, but there's a new virus on its way up. Could potentially cause problems if it gets stateside.
Yeah, I've had
Lucas is going to pull out a cell phone and look it up.
Yeah, called Yeah, it's called the Zika virus. Just didn't know if you guys were aware of it or anything up in your area. So I thought best I'd give a call a heads up and let you guys know it was coming stateside.
Unfortunately, it seems you're a little late on it, Mr. Walsh. I know of a handful of cases here in this state and several others throughout the country.
Darn. Well, if you could, I did come across something that may be helpful. Try talking to the scientists at NC State about something called the Sterile Insect Project. They're using it over here to get rid of the tsetse fly, which is affecting agriculture. By introducing sterile males to lower the chances of females meeting a good male and making the thing go extinct. Maybe it'll work for the mosquitoes carrying the Zika virus too.
I'll look into that. Speaking of NC State, your lab is still open.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'll probably be back eventually. It's just I've still got some stuff I got to sort out. The whole aftermath of my quantum computer being nearly swallowed by a demon and nearly losing that to the demons was a I'm working with some people over here. I'm working with a couple of I'm working over here with a couple of specialists who are helping me try to perfect some of that. Give it some supernatural immunity to technology. So it'll be another month or two before I'm back.
Well, very well. I said it'll be open for you.
All right, cool.
Well,
Well,
in that position. So.
all right. Well, anyway, good to hear you again, my prince, and all the best. And sorry for the interruption. I know you're very busy.
But well, you take care of you, Mr. Walsh. We'll hold down the fort here.
All right, cool. All the best. Bye-bye.
Also, another old friend of ours, Mr. Harry Walsh. He's a biologist, scientist, a little bit of everything.
I believe we dodged a chair by you for during the same night.
Oh yeah, sorry that.
At this, Jeremiah sort of stifles a chuckle.
I trust you were not injured by that.
He kind of looks over at the riot shield. Yes. Don't worry. I unlike most of my clan, I actually have a sense of humor.
Yeah, my temper got the best of me that evening, and for that I do apologize.
That's fine.
Yeah, there's something I bet you never thought you'd see, an apologizing prince. Really? For the third time this evening. SJ Holdings Incorporated.
Turkey burgers are us. It's blatantly Lucas messing with you. Like I said.
You and Naveed keeping your phones on silent.
He hangs up.
Anyway, I'm glad you actually stopped by. There's something of interest that if you're willing to take this on, I'll see to it that you're rewarded appropriately. But there's been an incident here in the capital. Actually happened about a block that way. As you see, the prince points back towards the Science and History Museum, which
takes out a notepad.
Yeah, which those of you that know the geography, the mansion is literally a block away from those museums. I don't know how well you follow the news, so I don't know if you saw that incident about the jade sword or not, but it's bothering me.
Okay.
Specifically given the fact that we've had some bots attack that museum before.
He's gonna take out his cell phone and text his people in security and defense and see see if they've heard anything about the security people at that location, if there was any rumors of any of them being compromised or stuff like that.
As far as for me, I'll provide you whatever information I can, but we greatly need to ensure that that artifact gets returned.
Would you like me to see to its to a security upgrade for the building?
If you feel appropriate, or if you feel that it could feel that's appropriate, I'll leave that up to your expertise. But the primary reason why this bothers me is the fact that Miss Caraway has been conspicuously absent the last couple of council meetings. And what I know of the Tremere, this is right up their alley.
Something that old, no telling what it could do in the wrong hands.
Exactly.
Just gonna do a quick internet search on his cell phone and see if you can pull up any information on it.
Like I said, pretty much everything that you find is just, the article write-ups about the same write-up that's on the Facebook page with a crude picture of the item, and basically it's just it's a note that it was part of the Genghis Khan traveling exhibit that was supposed to open actually Monday. It's coming Monday. It was supposed to open, but they've delayed it until they can figure out what happened because essentially it's a crime scene now.
He's gonna go deeper in the internet search, beyond the normal straight line. People that seem sane and go into the do the lesser known stuff.
Yeah, go gadget deep net.
Yeah. Do you want me to make any rolls or anything?
Yeah, that's gonna be a roll.
Computers, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Alright, let's see.
It's gonna be intelligence computers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this. And because I have computer aptitude, its difficulty's going to go down a bit.
Okay. All right. It would have been a difficulty +2, so.
So straight normal.
So 5 successes.
Oh, look at that. There's not a whole lot available on it, but what you are able to find is pretty detailed. It apparently, from what people are believing, it apparently belonged to a family. Specifically, it belonged to a family of Mongolian nobility, and the last known owner, it says, was female, though the name has been lost to history. And there is notes about it about that it's currently on display in the traveling exhibit.
Interesting. He'll write it down and slide the piece of paper over to the prince. That's going a little deeper into the knowledge of what it is.
Mongolian nobility, yeah. Yeah, this has got Caraway written all over it.
Perhaps somebody should be bringing her in for questioning.
It's my thoughts exactly. You know what, Red Inquisitor might turn out to be worth a damn after all.
Would you like her brought in for questioning?
Yeah, actually I would. That being said, Mr. Saint, call it a deputization.
Sorry?
Call this you can call this a deputization.
You look over at Walter. What's your character's name that you're playing right now?
Jeremiah Biltmore.
Look over at Biltmore. Where do they usually hang out?
Uh,
The Tremere. I know they
Oh.
they have to have a chantry here somewhere.
East Carolina.
All right, he's going to stand up and he's going to call his driver.
Mr. Dennington's
I shall see
domain.
about it tonight. Sorry?
East Carolina. Mr. Dennington's domain.
How long would it take to drive there?
About a 2-hour drive.
Okay. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen.
Very well.
And he's going to. He's actually going to call in his influence to make. Does Biltmore actually give him an address?
Oh,
Make me a plus or a fake die roll real quick, because I'm not sure that Biltmore would know the address.
I'll say positive.
Yeah.
where is it? Oh. I guess I need to make it. And just in case it requires camera,
Yeah,
he
it
doesn't
does.
actually give you one, huh?
Yeah, it does. I know that for a fact. It does.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Biltmore wouldn't know the address.
He doesn't actually give you an address.
All right. You look at the prints. Do you know the address by chance?
Not per se. They've been. If I can give them credit for one thing, it's the fact that they are secret.
Then he knows who he has to call. Walter, David gets a call.
Oh boy.
Yep. You can't find anywhere else. The Nazis will know.
Uh-huh. Bring, click. Red Owl Securities. Wait. Hey, Lucas, what's up?
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh, shoot.
And when nobody else knows, who else do you call?
Get to it. What do you need?
It's one of those. I need one of those addresses.
Of the ones that
To-
don't like you.
Yeah, Miss Caraway in particular. Do you wish to have a little fun? The prince has requested her be brought in for questioning.
There's a pause on the other end of the line.
I thought you might like that.
Can he hear us? Please say
Sorry?
yes. Can he hear us? Please say yes.
Puts it on speakerphone.
Hey, boss.
Yes.
Hey, I was wondering where you were at this evening with that foul-faced nugget.
I had some things to do in a very unpleasant location for most. I hear that you need a location. Let me see what I can do. You hear tack, 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 in the background, and then you hear a finger snap, and then you hear another set of tack, 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 while he's typing. Yeah. Will, if you'll put that in. I think you had it at one point.
Yeah, because there is an actual address. I'd have to go back and find the actual address. But you're able to get the address for their Raleigh chantry, but nothing on the East Carolina one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting Raleigh. Did you need Raleigh or? Because I got that
They
one.
said
No
usually
problem.
the eastern.
Oh,
They said usually the eastern one, but we could check there.
EC.
Because if she thought they were expecting her to be at the eastern chantry, she might switch to the Raleigh one.
Huh. Tell you what. Um, we don't actually have out of here. We don't actually have an address for the ECU one or the EC one, do we? Or
No, because it actually is an old abandoned building.
okay, all right. Um, yeah, I'm seeing no records here. For all we know, it could be abandoned.
I have an idea how we can get them to vacate the chantry pretty quickly. I haven't called in my friends over at Defense and Securities lately.
All right,
I
I'm going to
think
be yes.
I'm thinking it's time for an anthrax scare on that building, or an anthrax scare test drill.
Why call in your boys?
You got a better idea?
Beck, you hear a feeble voice. Yes, sir? It seems there's been an outbreak of some nasty disease up at. And he types and hits a couple of keys. That address on it.
Oh, you mean the Zika virus?
It's like,
Are you talking about an outbreak of the Zika virus by chance?
unfortunately,
I know. Don't you hate when those outbreaks like that?
seriously, and we don't really have much in the way of fixing it.
Yeah, I know.
It's terrible.
It's so sad.
Looks like we're gonna have to quarantine the place. Beck, see what you can
Yeah,
do.
and
You get it,
and
boss.
bring in the person who owns the building too for questioning to see how this outbreak could have happened.
And see if she's okay.
Yeah, that too. We definitely must check to make sure that she doesn't have any allergies to wood.
You hear a cacophony of laughter in the background on the other end of the line. Sorry, boss. A chorus of voices. Sorry, boss. Yes.
I hear there's been a breakout of oak of sensitivity to oak lately. We should check that. Make sure she's
Why?
not sensitive to oak
Uh, we'll see if
or
we can't.
birch or willow or.
We'll see if we can't send a particular representative of an appropriate organization to make sure that gets cleaned up and make sure that she gets checked out.
Do you need the paperwork? I think I might need some help. You wanna come check to make sure my work is properly done?
I'll think about it. Tempting. Very tempting.
Sam, who had been sitting here quiet the whole time, he holds up a finger and only says one word, only makes one comment.
What was actually said?
I know nothing.
About what?
Exactly.
Lucas looks over at him. Looks over at him with the biggest joking look on his face, and goes, "We already know that." Oh, I mean you mean about this? Okay.
Lucas,
Oh, come on, I was
that's
joking.
His Highness. Be careful.
Hey, I'm not a member of the Camarilla yet. I can get away with things like that for now,
Wait,
but he'll
wait,
probably
wait,
remember it.
wait. Hold the phone. Reverse
I am.
play.
I am holding.
Yet.
I am holding the phone.
Yet.
Well, I might as well get in the occasional shot now, right? Right, Brent?
Sam nods.
He's nodding, by the way.
Okay. You got a camera on that? Hang on. Click, 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 click. You see David's ugly face on your camera, and you didn't start the camera. And you've seen it before. I'm not going to worry about pulling it up here. Wait.
Nope. Okay.
What?
Nothing. It's just a straight failure.
What was the roll
It's just a
for?
straight failure.
Yeah, sure. Yep, nothing happened. Nothing at all. Keep going along. Keep going.
Okay.
Spending willpower on this one.
What are you even doing?
When you do that, it's I just re-rolled that at a higher difficulty, by the way.
Okay.
You're suddenly popped out, and there's about 5 windows of live sex chat appearing on your phone.
On his end?
On your end.
Yeah.
Here. Click, click, click. Nice try.
Click, click, click. I know it's slowly closing each window.
No, no. You probably sent like thousands. 3 clicks and done. That's all you hear. Nice try.
Now you should know. You should know by now about. You should know by now about cracking into my phone.
We have things for script kiddies. Although that was
he
rather
starts the
clever.
he starts the camera again though.
Mm-hmm.
So you should ask next time.
But it's more fun, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. It is more fun.
Anyway, what was this I heard about yet? And he sort of glances over to where he thinks the prince is. He doesn't know if
He turns the camera.
Okay.
Mr. Saint has a. You actually see Sam grimaces slightly when he sees the face. Sorry, I never can get
sorry,
used
boss.
to that.
And he puts that face back on, the good face.
Mr. Saint has some ideas about the possibility of a settlement of his people here in the state.
Huh.
And you know my stance on that.
Has he gone through proper channels?
As of yet, no. I did give him the paperwork, so to speak, though.
If you need a place, Appalachia's willing. Talk to Mr. P first, but get with me. We'll talk.
Okay.
Yes. Back to the point of him having called you.
Mm-hmm.
I need Caraway in my office yesterday.
Working on it.
Do you still have that DeLorean?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid I had to sell that to the. I'm afraid I had to sell that to the majors a couple of years ago.
Sure, Taniqua is taking good
Did he?
care
Did
of
he?
it.
Did he seriously just get the reference? I'm kind of a little surprised.
We've been working with him a little bit, haven't we, boss?
Yeah, though I have
Oh
to
shit!
say.
Did I say that out loud?
Though I have to say that Keanu Reeves, gentlemen, he really can't act.
Yeah.
It could be worse. Could have been
Oh.
Miley Cyrus.
Nor can she sing. But I digress.
Actually, sir, when she tries, it's
Yes.
pretty good.
We've all seen
But-
her. We've all seen her rendition of Jolene.
Oh,
Yeah, Mr. Levitoya totally disagree. Greatly. He stopped by. He stopped by a couple of nights ago, and about 2 hours later, he was still ranting about it. Talk about a soapbox.
yeah. So, Musketeer, and he looks at Saint when he says that. When you going over there?
But to head over my. Or you mean the the Harry thing?
Yeah.
No, I thought I was out of that, but the city really needs me to back in on it. I can hop back in on that.
Well, you know a good bit about where he might be, so I'll hit up the other two and see if they can join you. But that needs to
Sounds
happen
good.
ASAP.
I'll work on that in. Gives you the exact days until downtime's over. I'll work on that in that many days.
Monday. This coming Monday is when it actually completes.
There you go.
Caraway can be handled as necessary. Mr. Wallace is a bigger issue.
Mm-hmm. I gave you
Well,
that.
we've already gotten this started. We might as well.
I was planning on handling it as a scene because I had some things planned for it.
Like I said, because it's 7 after midnight my time right now, so downtime is official. But if you want to, if there's people that want to do that scene, go ahead and let them do it, and we'll post it. We'll post it.
Yeah, we could say that it counts.
Yeah.
What are we doing? The Caraway thing or the
The Harry thing we'll post date.
Okay.
We'll say that it happened, before and count it.
Cool.
Well, gentlemen, that's all I have this evening. If you don't have anything else.
Not right at the moment, no.
Mr. Biltmore, I believe this is going to sound weird coming from me, but I believe it's time for me to actually turn in.
Huh.
You hear whispered into the phone. Yeah, he's not really wearing a full suit. It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but yeah.
I made sure I was holding down. I was making sure I was holding down all the furniture that I could find when I came in.
Did you bring a shield?
Yeah.
Good call.
He flashes the camera over to the wall.
Flash the camera.
Shield.
What? Hey, what?
He flashes the camera over to the wall where there's an actual riot shield leaning against the wall.
And first you actually did it. Oh.
I think don't you owe me $20?
Oh, fine. Have a favor.
Oh, did I tell you
That actually
that,
happened. Out of game, that actually happened.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I cleaned up with the venture?
Wait, what?
I cleaned up with the venture. The Super Bowl. 600 favors.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
By the way, expect payout on that in the next week. Mr. Putinaska as well. So for some reason, you two really do hate the Panthers.
Well,
Anyway.
you know,
Well, like I said, gentlemen, I am going to think I'm going to call it a night. It's been this whole sword business has got me twisted. Not to mention the Wallace disappearance, but perhaps another night will bring better Kate. He chuckles slightly at his own joke.
I'll look into the take care of the caraway thing. That one's just that one's just gonna be fun. Then I'll look into I'll look into the Harry thing as well, and then I'll have a look at that sort of thing.
Well,
he takes out a physical appointment book and is like,
Mark that down. Mark that down. Yeah.
He erases a couple things, marks a couple things.
So, Saint,
You
I will get you
as the prince is rising from the desk, as Sam rises from the desk, you actually see he pulls out a drawer there in front of him, and he sets a leather-bound, what looks like a notebook initially, until you realize it's a checkbook on the desk, as he produces an ink pen from the drawer as well. He marks a couple things in there, and he pulls the document out of the checkbook, and he slides it over to you, Mr. Saint.
He picks it up.
A deposit.
Just puts it away. Thank you.
So,
and then he'll turn around and collect the shield and head out the door.
as he does so, Sam still his hands on the desk as he leans forward. He actually audibly sighs. Jeremiah, this domain is falling apart at the seams.
Hopefully, we can stitch it back together with some new threads.
He does not hear that.
Okay.
So I'm glad. Let's go through that.
Yeah, that'd been bad. Anyway.
Walks back in.
Before I go,
Mm-hmm.
or more appropriately, before I politely ask you to remove yourself from my office, put in a call. And yes, I know you hate to do this as much as I do. But put in a call to Miss Farron and mention that she might want to look into Mr. Caraway.
Lesser of two evils, I suppose. It'll get done tonight.
All right. Sam extends his hand.
And he will Jeremiah will actually stand up and not only shake, in actual warrior hand arm shake, and he'll if the prince isn't actually standing, he'll help him stand up. All right. Well, you sleep well, boss, and I'll get that call made. We'll get things organized. We'll get your night back. Yeah. All right. Get some rest. I'll handle things.
Lucas is going to make a phone call.
Yeah.
To
All
the
right. At
nearest
that, you
state.
see Jeremiah actually shuts the prince's office door behind him as he steps out. And you were making a phone call.
Yep.
He's going to make a phone call to the nearest state that has at least 3 Asamites that they can call in. Because what the prince has requested, it could amount to a assault on a Tremere chantry.
Yeah. That's like an
So he's
SOA
calling
injury.
it. So he's going to. Oh no! Actually, you know what? He's going to have more fun with it. He's going to call in the Asamites, and then he's going to make a call to his buddy. Call in a couple of Setites too.
Ooh. If that's the case, then I need you out of game to specifically speak to Mitchell Willie.
Yes.
And explain what you've got in mind, as because
Okay.
he plays a Setite, so he would hear about it.
Yeah. He's basically the 2 clans that he knows that he can count on, and knows that he can count on to handle themselves against a future mirror. More the Setites for the extra thaumaturgy, and the Asamites for the.
Well, your boys are in. They jump. The moment that you mention assault on Tremere, you need go no further. They jump in immediately.
Yeah. And not only 1, but 2 chantries. The challenge to those, we have to find the second one.
Setites, though, the Setites seem to be a little less jumpy about it, and basically give you a maybe.
Sounds good. All right. That's all I'm doing. There will be a voicemail sent to the prince the following day, informing him that Lucas has called in some friends
Copy that.
to wrangle your problem child, and the child's obviously in the way of not child, but child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Without the E. Yeah.
All right. As you guys are basically heading downstairs of the mansion here, you happen to step into a familiar face. A certain female toreador of the highly attractive variety. Miss Andy Amos.
Lucas will offer a kind of a bow.
Mr. Sano, per se.
Yes.
Well, I seem to recall having only met you in name at the most recent the ball some nights ago. You now notice that she actually is wearing not even anywhere remotely close to any kind of any kind of dress you would expect someone to go see the prince in. She has on a low cut T-shirt under a leather jacket. The T-shirt bearing the logo of a band, the band by the name of Ire Candy. She has a not exactly baggy pair of jeans. Honestly, more skin tight fitting pair of jeans on this evening, as well as some kind of a laminated piece of something that's been laminated is hanging from a chain from one of the belt loops on the jeans.
Okay. Okay.
And
Ready?
Biltmore sees this too. So
Uh-huh.
What's her appearance rating?
she is an appearance 4.
Slightly better looking than my 2.
He looks her up and down. Dressed to get. Concert, eh?
Yeah, I just got back. A little disappointed in Raleigh this evening.
Mm. Maybe it'll pick up.
I don't know. When they say 50% of the door, you expect there to be decent profit. I work tonight, get 50% of the door. Work tomorrow, get 50% of the door. Sunday, I'll have a door.
Sounds like a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah. Not when you have to split that payment with everybody in the band. Anyway, Sam, up or has he already called it a night?
He was just hitting the sack. You might catch him, but
Really? That's odd for him.
Yeah, he wasn't even wearing a full suit.
Wow, Jesus. He's sick.
yeah.
He shifts the right shield to his other arm.
You know, I don't want to know.
It's a joke. The last time I met with the prince, there was a piece of furniture thrown in my
Oh
direction.
yeah, I heard that.
Last Elysium.
I recall
Yeah.
that.
And
Figured
if
I'd give him
I
a chuckle.
heard correctly, he made a bet with David that he wouldn't bring that.
Really.
Well,
Apparently.
he thinks that all of my clan has no sense of humor.
Well, to be fair, a large majority of them don't.
Shh. Clan secret. We actually have a very good sense of humor. Just think what we do. How many times do you think we're going to show it when we're doing that?
Anyway. Well, you gentlemen enjoy your evening. I do need to see if I can catch His Highness up there before he knocks out for the evening.
Pulls out his cell phone and rings the prince's number just to slow him down so she can catch him.
Oh.
You don't get an answer. It goes voicemail. You don't get an answer.
Not even a ring.
He waits until she's out of earshot. Prince, there is a 9 on the scale coming your way. 9 on the scale. Actually, you know what? Better make that a 10.
Yeah, she's got an appearance 4 with especially in Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Actually, cancel that. I think it might even be an 11. You might want to stay.
He says under his breath, I've seen better.
Beep. You see as you hear the voicemail, voicemail cut off.
I bet he got that. I bet
Now,
he was
just out
standing
of
right
curiosity,
there.
did either one of you sign in on the guest register when you came? Just out of curiosity.
Nope. Not me.
And why does Jeremiah need to?
There you go. That's what's
It's because all Asobites make sure they sign their name when they enter a place to do business. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's announce that we've all been here.
That's the Biltmore mentality. Why do I need to sign in to see my own sire?
Exactly. Uh-huh. It's like he's my daddy. Why do I need to sign in to go talk to him? Come on. What's wrong with you?
So that's all we had this evening at the Prince's mansion. Unless the two of you have anything further.
Lucas is gonna go get picked up by his retainer, and they are going for a trip to Rally. And he got a special bag brought from his arsenal.
Yep, I saw. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Things are